Hello, welcome back to our podcast, Health Unscripted, on your path to vitality. Today we have Mr. Anil Grover with us, who is specialized in making gut connections with diet, gut, chronic stress. And today we are going to dive deep into the topic why autoimmune diseases are on rise these days and what we can actually do about it and what makes our immune system overstimulated. So, Mr. Anil, these days we have so many autoimmune disorders: Hashimoto syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and multiple sclerosis. There are so many autoimmune disorders. Name any. There are so many, as I know personally. So, can you explain what drives the immune system to be overstimulated and overactive in the place?
Thank you, Mridula. I'm happy to be with you and happy to reply and let all your seekers know the deep mystery behind this autoimmune condition, where autoimmune means where the immune system, which is supposed to defend me, starts attacking me. So, yes, definitely immunity is concerned. But from the functional medicine background, we see that the whole body is interconnected. All the functions are interconnected. So everything is coming into play. Autoimmunity does not show up suddenly in life. It happens gradually. The immune system would be either aggravated through some wrong foods, allergies, or immune system is also responsive to stress. It also will respond to toxins. And in our gut, we have the gut microbiome. The numbers are almost similar to our cell numbers. So lots is happening. So any single, even if we have a genetic predisposition to immune situation, when everything together comes into play, everything has to happen only then, because the immune system is very sophisticated. It won't just attack myself. That's what we're going to discuss today. So when for many years, when everything is out of balance, then it can get triggered and come to a state, instead of defending, it's attacking the owner itself. So that's going to be today's subjects, points, which we are going to unpack to make things easy for everyone to understand, because our body is always in a healing mode. So why does this happen? Why does the opposite happen?
So you said loss of tolerance, right? So how does that immune system who is protecting us is turning into our own enemy?
Okay. So yes, loss of tolerance. Okay. I meant it, but I didn't say it, but correct. If someone wants to know what that is, but because the immune has to become very hypervigilant, and then there is something known as tolerance. Means the immune system will tolerate the self. It knows what is not harmful. I am not harmful to my immune system. Foods are not harmful, but when it becomes sensitive or intolerant towards normal foods, towards normal environmental toxins, maybe I have pets at home and I become allergic to them, means the tolerance is lost. So yes, so now you can ask me the question again, because the other what was it?
So what actually is going inside our body that is turning us against us?
Okay. So the immune system is very sophisticated. I think maybe we discussed in some other topic, I don't remember, but it's super sophisticated machinery. So it loses tolerance means that there is so much ongoing for so many years in my body that it is being hammered and battered to work overtime. It anyway works overtime 24/7, but is being flooded or attacked with so many things at the same time. Stress, I repeat again, food, toxins, and I'm not taking care, I'm not bothering. So either it can go for some time suppressed, or it will react in a very aggressive way, and tolerance will be lost. That means it is so sophisticated that all human beings, we all have our own genes, and in our genes we carry our individual identity. Like supposing, you must have heard about organ transplant. Let's say my liver is bad and I need another liver from someone, and so it takes very long to get a donor whose liver cells would be compatible with my cells. Otherwise, my immune system will reject. Now, both are livers, both are from human beings, but each and every human being will have a sophisticated code identity that this is me and this is not me. So when that tolerance is lost, that which molecule should I tolerate and not tolerate, then it starts attacking the self. So that is lack of tolerance, which takes many years to happen. So, for example, it is like, nowadays, so it could be genetic. I could be carrying the genes, but still it won't get activated till we already discussed all other factors are also being in play for many years. Like my gene will have, it's called major histocompatibility. All those tests are done nowadays. If anyone has rheumatoid arthritis, normally the genetic test is also done. It's standard now. Human leukocyte antigen and certain number 27. I'm not sure, I might be wrong there. So that will be tested, means there is a chance, predisposition, and other epigenetic factors have to come into play. So every cell in my body, for having that code that is me, Anil, on top of my cell will make a protein that this is Anil's cell, MHC. Only when that gets dysregulated and that is not present there or lost, my immune system can't recognize me and it will attack me, thinking it to be a foreign cell inside me. So for that sophistication, for that tolerance to be lost, we have to understand it's not just overnight it can happen. The basic simple things come into play. For many years, I'm not taking care of my body, my diet pattern, my stress pattern. So then this sophisticated MHC identity core system will go wrong, which will go wrong even in cancer. So then these cells can manipulate this system and override the immune system. So tolerance has to be lost for autoimmunity to take place, that it starts attacking the thyroid cells or the cells which make saliva. So that is the spelling is very complicated. Pronunciation. Sjogren, yes, Sjogren, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis. Only then they happen. They don't happen overnight. Loss of tolerance.
Yeah. So where does gut fit into all these things?
Where does gut fit into immune system? Okay, I just said that our body doesn't function in compartments separate. Everything is interconnected. So our gut is the first doorway when we are eating. Pathogens could come in, toxins would come in through skin, through breathing too, but let's say through gut mainly. So, and hence our immune system majority is housed in the gut lumen, the gut lining. And 24/7 they are facing these molecules, foods coming in and deciding what is right for me, what is not right for me. And even the gut, I told you, has microbe, the ones are part of our life, that is viruses, bacteria, fungus, they live there, they work for us, we feed them. So some of them are also pathogenic, would come in from outside, and some from inside are opportunistic. They are supposed to be in certain numbers, so if they get the chance, they can overgrow and then cause inflammation. So there's lots of this inflammation happening if things go out of balance. and those inflammatory molecules can aggravate also. They're together with the immune system. And when this is happening, the gut lining is very sensitive. It is only one cell thin or thick because it has to permit digested molecules to enter my bloodstream, nutrients to support me to do all the function. So, but if that gets compromised, they call it leaky gut. So if undigested molecules or unwanted foreign pathogens enter my bloodstream where they are not supposed to enter, immune system will get aggravated, will attack it, and inflammation molecules to support the immune system will be also more in production. So this is supposed to happen for a short time to overcome the pathogens, but when it's carrying on again, I say something happens overnight. I'm not listening to my body, I'm not taking care, I could be having digestive problems, it's carrying on. So from the gut, the immune system will go and affect other parts of the body, the skin, and I'm just putting some ointments and not bothering or suppressing it with steroids, but not going to the root cause. So lots is happening in the gut with the immune system, and autoimmunity is with the immune system going haywire, going dysregulated. That's why in functional medicine or holistic, if you go to a doctor, he will always, yes, take care of the autoimmune problem and the flare up. We need medication to, for the moment, calm it down. They're great medications, but long run we have to address the root problems, one of them being the gut, and the gut being connected to stress toxins. So it's again interconnected with everything.
Okay. So one area that's gaining more attention to this topic is emotional side. Things like unresolved trauma, long-term stress, and deep-rooted feelings of rejection are responsible for it. What do you think about it? Can these emotional patterns really influence the flare-ups of the autoimmune disorders?
Of course, it plays. Yeah, is it more? Was your question over?
Yeah, like I wanted to ask, is there any psychoneuroimmune pathway which contribute the autoimmune disorders?
Definitely a part of it is validated through science. That is, in a past talks we also discussed, I think there was a gut emotional talk, so one can say gut emotional talk now leads to autoimmune connection, because the psycho means my thoughts, my emotions, neuro, my nervous system, and my immune system, they are connected together. The kind of stress I'll have, those kind of hormones will be released, and if stress hormones are released, the stress hormones will suppress my stomach acidity, which will influence my gut status. Stress hormones can also influence the gut lining over a long period of time. Stress hormones can also influence the gut microbiome. So yes, that is very much connected. My emotions are connected to my gut and overall health through these molecules being produced, either happy molecules calming me down or the other unwanted molecules, and this is happening through the HPA axis, the hypothalamus, which is responsible to feel the emotions and release chemicals. Pituitary gland releases those chemicals, feedback system, and adrenal glands, which are responsible for supporting me with stress hormones. So long term will be a problem, short term is good, but long term becomes the problem. So now what kind of stress? So that is clear. So now what kind of stress could cause autoimmune activation? So they have lots of research done, lots of observational cohort studies where they follow groups for many years. So they noticed that in those studies, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD is very well known, or ACE, Adverse Childhood ACE, so it's Adverse Childhood Emotional Trauma. So when it was observed that usually people who carried these emotions, later on, the children in life, they were more susceptible to autoimmune diseases. So it means like we just discussed the psycho-neuro immunology pathway. So people, when we are having these trauma, that's what I personally like to understand this in depth, in a different perspective. We might not be able to connect it very strongly with science, but if I'm always carrying that old stories of my childhood trauma, which has programmed my subconscious, unconscious to look at the world in a certain way, or to perceive the world in a certain way, to be defensive. So no matter now, today I might be talking to myself, just talking and saying, everything is okay, I'm good, everything will be okay, but the sub-programming could be playing a major role, and different hormones, we just said HPA axis, are influencing my body's chemistry. And stress, we just spoke about it, can affect the gut lining, the gut microbiome, the stomach acidity, and that is in the long run can, I don't say it does, it can, that is the cohort studies say, they can suppress the immune system, make it hypervigilant, always defensive. So that is all. Lots of inflammation. So self-tolerance so lack of tolerance can take place in the immune system. And when this is all going on, if from childhood we often are subjected to infections of Epstein-Barr virus, majority of the population have it. These all belong to the herpes family. So Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus, the opportunistic fungals or other bacteria in a gut, they get a chance. So they also can, latent ones can also become active. So imagine the immune system having to face everything. I've not looked at the root causes. I'm just suppressing my flare-ups. I'm not looking into my emotional state. So when everything is happening at the same time, the whole body is connected. My detox capabilities could be low if I'm exposed to toxins, heavy metals, plastics. So imagine what's happening inside. So this sophisticated system can go a bit dysregulated, out of balance, and attack. What we did not discuss, I think overlooked one more factor, from lack of tolerance, also the molecular mimicry. Then certain molecules in viruses or certain foods could be resembling certain proteins in my thyroid, in my saliva glands, in my nervous nerve systems coverings, lupus. So that's how autoimmunity means they also start attacking what looks same, the molecules look same in the body. The inflammation increases over there. Rheumatoid arthritis in the joints, the inflammation will increase because there is certain molecular resemblance. The immune system also does not make mistake. Chronic, it can happen. Scientific or trying to make it clear.
Oh yeah, it was clear. Yeah. So, given that autoimmunity is developed over the time, is there any hope for people to look after it, or is there any approach to reverse it?
Throughout our talk, when we were talking about the issues which create it, so to solve it, to calm it down, to take care of it, I don't use the word remission, but in lots of literature you can say that when we really look back at the roots, whatever we discussed, it can be managed easily, can be the situation can be calmed down, and some people are lucky, they say yes, they went into remission also. So allopathically is great in the sense. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, for example, if someone has virus and you said like cytomegalovirus or Epstein virus that is there, so is it like then they are in action and maybe they are making some proteins like similar, body is attacking them. Now how that can be remitted? I
If you jump
understand
straight away to
emotions,
the
I
viruses,
understand working on, I understand the things person can work on himself or herself, but how one can work on remission of the autoimmune based on the viral infection.
Viral infection will get the chance to, when autoimmunity flare-up takes place, the viral infection, because the immune system is supposed to take care of the viral infection, but is busy with attacking the cells. So at that time, the viruses also get a chance to flare up. So it's all interconnected. So I'll come to your point. So first step, what we were saying is that whatever we are talking about, stress, toxins, so the conventional system is great. When there's a flare up, the immune system has gone hyper and dysregulated, like become crazy. So that time, steroids, which is similar to the hormones made from the adrenal gland, will calm the immune system, bring down the inflammation. They are great, they help. And now we also have biologics which can somehow work on the immune system itself through genetic ways to tell it to relax.
Since I understand cytomegalovirus or herpes family viruses, they compromise immune system very badly.
So I'm just coming to that part, because functional approaches, till we don't go back to the roots. I
understand the roots for like the stress, emotion, and all those things, but I don't understand the roots behind the infection, like how we could go and target it. Yeah, I want to, like, if I want to talk about the roots, like there are maybe like thousands of roots, because no tree has only one root, they have the branches of the roots. So how we will do that?
So we have to take care of not the 1,000 roots, but the main roots. Till we don't take care of that, is no point talking about the viruses. So first root would be, as I said, which one is first? So let's say should we touch the most tough one to be the first, or the most easy one? The easy one, let us start the easy ones. What I'm eating, what I'm putting in my mouth, that has to be anti-inflammatory. Whole plant-based foods are normally anti-inflammatory, let us say. A proper diet comprising all the macronutrients and macro and micronutrients. That is important. Number 2, to make sure that no toxins are coming in, environmental toxins. Number 3, this has to be taken care of, because this is connected with the immune system. Number 3 would be, if my gut was out of balance because of these 2 things I already said, so it has to be brought back into balance. My gut microbiome supports me a lot, but it can also turn against me, so I have to bring it back to balance. I have to understand that. Number 4, if my gut lining has been compromised, has become leaky gut, porous intestinal permeability, so that has to be resolved. So there is, through diet, through supplementation. And is it just what I'm talking? Am I just imagining these things? No, there are tests available. There are genetic gut microbiome tests which give a picture of whatever is happening in the stomach, what I just said. There are food allergy tests checking IgG, also IgM, also complements, because only IgG could be misleading. It's IgG 1, 2, 3, 4. So in short, we need to get the proper food allergy tests. If I'm allergic to any foods, I have to remove it. Otherwise, the immune system will be aggravated. Which anyway, you are waiting for your cytomegalovirus or Epstein-Barr virus. So it's all connected to that. Right? So just hold on. But these things have to be taken care simultaneously. And what else could be creating the problem to my immune system, causing it? That is the emotional stress. So I'm saying that last because if I can't change the conditioning of my childhood trauma, my psychoneuroimmunology is out of balance. My thoughts from behind the scene, my feelings, thoughts I could be saying all is wonderful, I'm great, everything is okay, I'm powerful, but the conditioning is my feeling from my heart is giving a different picture, and that is making my hypothalamus automatically respond and create hormones which are harmful for my body in the long run. So it's not going to change till I change from that understanding that that was past. It's a different, the story is over. I have to create a new story. I have to accept it and create a new story so that the word I'm using is automatically, no matter even if I'm facing a difficult situation today, but from behind the scene, everything is okay. That automatic, different positive growth, anti-inflammatory hormones are being released. Till that is not sorted out, your cytomegala and your Epstein-Barr virus are getting the opportunity because of the immune system being aggravated to have a field day in our bodies to have fun and multiply. So now you say
Well,
about
these viruses are not mine.
so viruses,
These both
these
viruses
Epstein-Barr
are not
virus
mine
and
viruses.
cytomegalovirus, these are almost part of our humanity, because in developing countries, maybe 90% or more people will be carrying the cytomegalovirus, just like the chickenpox virus, which is latent. So these are latent, they remain in a system, they just live there, they don't do anything. But when my immune system, because of what we just discussed, goes dysregulated, so then they get a chance to multiply. Others, they can't multiply, they are just there, and they are so intelligent, they don't use our body's genes to multiply, which means create infection like cold infection or chicken. They just tell the genes that I want to remain here. So when the cell is going to die and naturally and become a new cell, just take me along. Just duplicate me to go along with new cell. I want to be there, but they don't multiply. So they are not doing anything but like the Candida fungus, which is opportunistic. So when the immune system is dysregulated, so they get a chance. So then, of course, it becomes difficult, flare-ups, everything is out of balance. But we just discussed it's a long-term approach. We love short-term approach. That's okay. Maybe steroids, it's okay.
Yeah.
But long-term, you have to
So,
go back to your foods. To
yeah.
are you allergic to anything? The emotions changing. I could even take, it's like I could even join some meditation group, and I could go, unfortunately, into more stress. Maybe the person there is just telling me, "Oh, you're a wonderful soul. You're a wonderful soul. Morning, get up this, afternoon, this." So I could be following just a routine, but till I'm not resolving my story from deep down, and now I'm getting into more stress because I've been told you are a wonderful soul, but I don't feel wonderful. My thoughts are not making me wonderful. So that could be putting me into a more mechanical another kind of stress. So we have to balance that thing out. We have to resolve it. So those people, the last question what you asked, who really take support and help from professionals, how to change my story, how to become a new person from my thinking, and through thinking through the HP axis, because my body is sympathetic mode or parasympathetic too. Either I'm stressed or I'm not stressed. There's nothing in between. If I say I'm not happy, that means I'm stressed. Different molecules are working. So it's 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days. So that has to be addressed. I need that professional approach along with functional, and along, if flare up, then I need my medications.
Okay, I have one more question in my head. It's that there has been like rise of autoimmune disorders, like I would say exponentially. from 2020. Like after the COVID, people have been going through a lot, and they had so many, like someone is blaming for vaccines or some are blaming for infections. So what is your take on that? Is it like when their viruses are latent, like said cytomegalovirus or Epstein-Barr virus, they're latent, and one getting is infection of COVID? Is that like the other viruses are also reactivating in their system?
Yeah, so when we got COVID, it was totally a new virus, is just a genetic code. They are inert, they're dead genetic codes. They come in our body, they use our, this is your work, you're sitting and doing whole day. They use our genetic material for them and to multiply. Otherwise, they're nothing. They are just zero, dead. So it was a new genetic code which our body did not have any memory to it before.
That's
so it
whole
just
virology, but
the immune system went haywire, and when it went haywire, the other latent opportunistic pathogens got a chance. Also, they are waiting for a chance. And if that time, what we just discussed, if I was predisposed to a very emotional, stressful background, poor detox in the body capability, liver detox was not suboptimal, constipated, already having inflammatory stages in my body, diabetes. So naturally it becomes difficult for the body at that time when it faced that new threat. And plus it had other ongoing threats which were not taken care of. So that became difficult for them, for those people.
Okay, well, that was an insightful discussion. You have explained some complex stuff about autoimmune disorders already. Thank you so much, Mr. Anil.
So what from you do you feel that would be the most important part if someone is having an autoimmune condition to look into?
It's complicated. My
Let us not make it complicated. So when the moment you say complicated, so the autoimmunity gets a good chance. Oh, wonderful. Let this person be complicated. So I'm also good. So we can end by saying
it's like you have to look into all directions: diet, toxins. For example, person can be toxic to anything. We are living in the US. Sometimes in the US, the homes are filled with molds and asbestos is there. So you're unintentionally exposed to toxin. You are living in India, you are exposed to toxins through pollution. If you are living in some household, they are making certain foods, yes, you are exposed to certain toxins unintentionally. You have to look into everything. Then forget about the toxicity. You're living with people all the time telling you you're this, you're bad. Those toxic behavior is also coming. You want to block that as toxic behavior as well, right? So all these things are coming up to the person who is already sick. So I feel that the person needs then love, full acceptance, so that he can accept his own body rather than rejecting it, right?
I think what you just explained is the correct approach and reply, because you just first explained everything is toxic people, toxic things, toxic. So your immune system is listening to it through the psychoneuroimmunology pathway.
I mean, I'm not saying that. You're saying that you eliminate every toxin. So if I don't recognize toxins, how would I eliminate
Your
them?
body is very smart immune system is very smart in recognizing toxins. Your gut microbiome also help you. We have to just enhance our detox pathways by proper diet, food, and relaxation. Body is always healing. But if the approach we take to life, what you just explained, my immune system is thinking I'm under attack. Defend.
My immune system is not thinking that, but the thing is that other person might be dealing with something.
Till I don't send a signal to the immune system that everything is really okay, I accept, I understand. So that could not be science, but that nowadays also is somehow, I told you, cohort studies, research also looks into that, and they say maybe that is the missing part. We don't know, because along with food, diet, everything else, what we already discussed, which I said through tests we can see all that. Okay, we can't through test check the emotions, but they do have various tests checking our brain activity, heart activity. So till my immune system is not in the sympathetic mode usually, so immunity is aggravated or it goes suppressed. Two things happen. No, it has to be balanced also. And the T regulatory cells, which is your work, what you do. So usually in autoimmune activity situations, the T regulatory cells will be depleted. The cells which regulate and tell the attack that is overtaking disease, the attack is carrying on. So diet, vitamins D, A, zinc, they all kind of balance out. So everything has to be taken into account. It's not easy. A lot of energy is needed over there, but one has to not go into stress even to plan that, but find ways of support to see that first maybe the tests to know really where I stand, and the diet, detox capability. Is my liver, does a lot of detox work? Is it supported? Is it okay? And again, till I can't accept and be happy with myself and foresee and live with a different tomorrow, with the feelings, not thinking. Thinking doesn't help. With feeling I am that, my psycho-neuro-immunology pathway, now research, they say, they check that it can change. Neuroplasticity can take place if I'm determined and being positive with feeling that I'm okay, I'm living okay. Not by thinking, by feeling. Self. So it comes back to self. First it comes back to self. Because we can get conditioned.
Suppose if other person is feeling something, and I should feel opposite. You're saying that. If other person is feeling
if
pain.
if a person is going through a tough patch.
So other person is fighting with himself only at that time.
So when he's fighting, it will be difficult because that's a very difficult phase. But to get out of it, also a person has to understand, and if the person is able to change the programming and at that moment feel that the person is different, the body and the nervous system and the brain cells, they show neuroplasticity, it changes. That is the research. I mean, they have this. They check the scans.
I mean, I don't deny that. I know
so it's very difficult. But difficult doesn't mean it's not possible. Difficult does not mean it's not possible. But the correct guidance and approach, first the knowledge is needed, then the willingness is needed, and then the ability is also required, and then to do it. So everything comes to a play. I might be wanting to, but I might not be knowing how to do it. Or I might not be understanding these things. So understanding, willingness to do, ability to do, to have the resources, to have the time, or to take out the time, because it's my life. But just to try to follow from, bit there, bit here, it doesn't help. We have to understand it very properly and deeply and correctly. We have to feel it, we have to see it. It's a feeling to do with the feeling.
Thank you for joining and empowering people to think not to toxic themselves with their own thoughts or feelings.
Feelings. Thoughts are easy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. We will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Okay.
See you.